Since my connection is a little slower here. All right. Well, good morning, lovely humans. I'm live streaming with my setup about halfway there in my new home in Oakland. And so, forgiveness today, please, if the sound or audio isn't the greatest, but still, I hope to be of service to you today in your practice. And I'm so grateful to have this practice for myself today as I find myself, like all of us are in some way right now with these COVID times, a little bit in limbo or in this turning that we're not quite sure what's next, or in this, I don't know, just great mystery of all of the new and the letting go of the previously known. And so I'm going to continue to play a bit today with this theme that I started with maybe Monday or last Friday with yoga. And the lesser known meaning of yoga, but very apt every day. So most of us know that yoga in Sanskrit means to join or to yoke, to bring together um, parts of something, parts of ourselves, really. So, body, mind, and spirit. That can expand out to mean embracing other things as well. And the lesser known meaning that I refer to is that meaning of going where we have not gone before, which also means allowing each moment to be brand new, allowing each pose, each shape to be brand new, knowing that even if we're doing down dog again, it's not the same down dog in the same place in the same time with the same breath or feelings or thoughts or whatever. It is this life, the practice of yoga, life is constantly renewing every second. There's even some teachings that propose us to play with the idea that the world recreates itself every time we blink, every time we open our eyes. We are recreating this whole reality again. And so, really, just allowing ourselves beginner's mind, allowing ourselves to have things that brand new. Wow, wow, the wonder and the wow all the time. And that is where the teachings of Chamatkara come in, the wow, the wonder of life. Which can be a very helpful thing to embrace in times of difficulty or challenge or mystery or confusion or feelings of loss and uh, fear about new beginnings. We are invited to really open with curiosity to the wonder, to the wow of life, to the new in each moment. And so I want to invite you to play with that a bit in the poses today. Really investigating what you haven't noticed there before or what is unique to this day, to this moment, to this pose. Let us begin simply with our seat and the breath. So find any comfortable seat. Give a little root down into the earth and lift your heart up to the sky. Press down gently into your thighs and let your spine float back in space. Or don't. We're playing with being curious. Notice where you automatically land if you kind of wiggle around a little bit or just land. What are the habits of your seat? What are the discomforts calling you today? Simply pause to notice. And what does it feel like to float back in your seat a little bit? What does it feel like to press down into the earth a bit more? Notice your breath without any great efforting. Where is that breath going? What is the quality of your breath right now? Does the length or fullness of that breath change when you're witnessing it? How much deeper and fuller can you get the breath to be by intending that? Where else does the breath go as we intend these deeper, fuller breaths? Let's take pause to bow in. Push into your hands in front of you and round your spine. Bow your chin into your chest and feel into your back body. How can you deepen that? Where else can the breath go here? Follow any inhale to drape up. Let's just continue to play with variations around the central axis of our body, accessing other areas. So I invite you to slide into that right hand or right forearm and pull up. Maybe even use your hand at first. Give yourself a little support. Pull up with your hand through that left side body, kind of like you're peeling open any stickiness or stagnancy there, and reach up and over. And let's play with the roll slowly, gently to earth and sky here. What else is there to be discovered in that left side body in these next couple breaths? What's moving or changing as you breathe? Before we come out of this, let's reach that left arm away from you and get into the neck a little more. Reach through those fingers out to your left and heavy, heavy right ear. Maybe again here, gentle rolls towards the earth. Ah, and the sky, soft jaw. Let's pull up from that top hand, come back to sit tall. Take pause in center and notice the difference in the size. Remember why you practice. And as inspired, let's slide into the other side. Reach through that left hand, maybe sliding into the forearm, and use your right hand to pull up that right side waist, giving yourself just a little massage moment there and inviting that right side body open. And reach on overhead, pressing into that right sit bone. Again, play as inspired, rotating gently, face towards the earth, face towards the sky. Welcome, David. We're on our second side of gently and curiously opening our side bodies. Lost breath or two in this way. What else is there? Please stay with that longer if that's right for you, or pull that right hand over to your right. Reach through those fingers. You could be on your bottom hand or forearm, and let that bottom ear be heavy, soft jaw, and slowly roll through your arm, through your neck, soft face. Last breath or so here. And let's pull up from that top hand. Come on back to sit and pause. Now notice that more even sense, hopefully on both sides, or go into the other side as needed. Again, as inspired. Begin to just roll out through your shoulders, in your mouth. Just gentle, curious movements, noticing where there's resistance in there, where things feel good. Take your time. When you're ready, let's bring your hands back behind you and press into your hands. Squeeze your shoulders on the back and puff your chest out. Breathe wide across the wings of your heart. Let's bring the bottom teeth over the top teeth here and stretch out your jaw and your throat. Let that be your inhale. And as you exhale next, soften the jaw and curl in, chin to chest, maybe hissing or, let's go with hissing or shushing. That's the thing. The breath out. And squeeze the bottom tips of the lungs as you do that. Follow your inhale, push into earth, squeeze, shoulders open, chest, maybe also stretching the jaw out, and follow your exhale to curl in and squeeze the breath out. Let's go one more round. Make your way back to neutral as inspired. Roll the shoulders, roll your mouth. Switch directions. Exhale and touch the earth, ground down. And inhale, open the arms wide and gather up. Bring the palms together, center and focus. Push into your palms and work the shoulders wide. Lift your heart to your hands. Pause. Feel your heartbeat. Curious. Can you feel your heartbeat? Where in the body can you feel the heartbeat? Exhale and pour your breath out. Inhale, your heart's yes, maybe letting your thumbs rest on your chest still so you can feel the vibration of your Om. Make your way forward onto hands and knees, shake out as needed, find your way there. It's appropriate. We're doing a more gentle yoga today as I've got all this smushed all around me. I feel like, well, first I want to give big love to all the sheeps whose shoulders I stand upon. Thank you, sheeps. And let's use strong hands underneath the shoulders, knees under your hips. Or again, be curious. What happens if the hands are further out or the knees are further back? How's your stability? How's your low back? Where do you want those legs of the tabletop of your body right now? And begin to really play with pulling the knees and hands, shoulders and hips towards one another, strong core. As inspired, drop the belly, lift the tail and crown, and exhale and push the earth away. Please do this at your own pace. Even stay in one of the shapes and take a round or two of breath and feel how each shape feels pretty different with the inhale or the exhale. We'll take about 4 more breaths, playing with the shapes of cow and cat, maybe a little tail wagging or head rolling. What's there for you? What variations? What part of the body is talking to you about needing some breathful attention? And let's slide the right foot back and push down through the outside of the foot so your toes are turning the direction you're facing. Root into the outside of that foot and lift your arch strongly. Stretch that top arm long. Again, the side body, but now the whole lateral length there. Reaching through fingers to the outside of that foot. Deep, full breaths just here for a moment. Feeling that connectivity, all the parts from your arm down to your foot. Stay there as you like, or again play with rotating earth to sky. Feeling the lats get a little more open, maybe your psoas, hip flexor. Stay with that, or as inspired, of course, arm vinyasa. And maybe go extra slow for your first one and see what happens there with the rotation of the shoulder. Can you let that bottom ear get any heavier and feel into the neck anymore? As you move the arm, does what happens to the back foot? Just play 3 or 4 more breaths, feeling in all the parts, long, slow breaths. Good morning, body. Take your time. When you're ready, come back to all fours. And again, maybe shoulder roll or wag your tail there. Just feel into any little areas of stickiness and notice the difference in your sides. When you're ready, second side. Stretch that left leg, right leg back, or your second side. Root into the outside of the foot. Press down and super slow. Pick that arm up and reach, reach, reach. Rotate face chest to the sky. Get as much length in that side body as you can. How is this side different? What's happening there right now? What happens if you rotate to earth or to sky a little bit? Notice how much changes, even with just an inch of movement, the different muscles that get involved, the connections that awaken. Please stay with that length as you like, or again, play at least with your first one, if you will, with a very, very slow opening arm vinyasa, face chest to the sky, reaching away, heavy bottom ear, soft jaw. Feel that full rotation of your arm, all the connections there. Notice where the sensation or resistance is. Really imagine sending the breath right there. Last 3 breaths or so. Following the exhale, back to all fours. And let's move back into child's pose. I want to invite you into child's pose to either wag your tail a little side to side or take big circles. But again, I would invite you to go extra slow today and really investigate what happens there. Feel your core, the outer hip muscles, the connection of your hips to your lower back, wherever you're at. Again, noticing connections, the wow and the wonder. Notice if any new variations or options are inspired there. Last 3 or 4 breaths, so if you happen to have been circling, maybe go the other way. And then find your way back to center neutral. Slide your way forward onto your belly. And let's play with lengthening forward and rolling on up. Lengthening forward and down. Rolling on up. Follow your breath. At any point, of course, you could stay at the top and play with Cobra, maybe a little roll side to side. Roll your hips, shrug your shoulders. Again, feel those side bodies. And next exhale or so, make your way back, child's pose. Inhale and stretch your child back. As you exhale, bring your right knee with you and come on forward into just a gentle pigeon here. Heel in towards your center, knee forward, stretch the hips back by pressing the arms forward. And play with what's there for you. And if there's any sharp pain in the knee, no need to be curious about that. Just get out. Everything else, invite the curiosity. Maybe you rock that a little side to side. How's your jaw and your breath? Last 2 or 3 breaths here in a gentle pigeon or swan variation. Staying upright or bowing in. One more breath cycle. And then let's play from here. So bring the hands under your shoulders, make the hands strong, spread the fingers wide and claw the earth. Inhale your back toes under, lift the knee. As you exhale, lift the front knee up into your core and stretch it up and back, three-legged down dog. Exhale, curl in, knee to your nose, shifting way forward, shoulders over the wrist. Inhale, pull up and back from that leg, three-legged down dog. Let's keep pulsing that. Again, go as slow as you like. Pause anywhere. Notice what's there. I am going to invite you to pause in three-legged down dog after a bit here. Maybe last couple breaths, you go to your triceps as you come forward. Just investigating, playing. What else is there? Take your time, make your way up and back into three-legged down dog or three-legged all fours. What does that mean? On your hands and knees, that is with the back knee up. Your hands and knee, breath, full body, play with circles. And notice how we could whip around some big circles there, or maybe could go really slow. And again, notice the connections, how the musculature switches throughout that circle, how different things get engaged and support each other, how it's actually a little harder and more strength building when you go slow. And you don't speed by any of the spots that need more attention to flexibility and opening, which is often what will happen when we go on automatic. Investigative movement here. And then with your back knee up or down, it's up to you. I want to invite you to go big because, gosh, life is big right now. And it's a full moon this weekend or maybe Monday. So let's step slow, 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 so slow. That top foot behind the bottom knee. This could be done with the bottom knee on the floor as needed. And stretch out that way. Otherwise, wild things, chamatkara, hug in, shine out, breathe the wonder of life through your body. It's happening anyways, you might as well marvel at it. Please stay longer as inspired, or see if you can come out even slower than you went in and pull that knee back into your core and pull that knee back to your nose and slowly, so slowly land that knee back to the earth and open up or bow in, pigeon, gentle pigeon, sometimes called swan. Big breath. As you exhale, let's come back where we came from, resetting in child's pose. Slide the knees back, hips back to your heels, and push away the earth in front of you. Maybe give your hips a little wiggle again, wag your tail. I bet you could feel the difference in the sides right now. Let's go play. Second side. As you're ready, not so playful at first, but anyway, second side, sliding that left knee forward, heel towards your midline, walk the back foot back, pull on the earth, puff up your chest, lengthen your spine, square the hips as much as you can. Stay upright as you like, you beautiful swan pigeon thing. And when you're ready, follow any breath, down, down, down into resting. But in active resting, there's still some activity in the legs. They're squeezing towards one another a bit. They're reaching out. And the jaw, how's your jaw? Where's your breath going? Where else can the breath go? Can these last couple of breaths here be any deeper or fuller or yummier, more delicious? Please stay as you like here, or again, come up onto the hands. Claw your fingertips, pull your shoulders back, turn the back toes under and lift that thigh. Inhale, bright chest, keep those shoulders wide. Exhale, slow and steady, pull that front knee up into the core, and then up and back, three-legged down dog. Reach that leg to the sky, feel that stretch through the back of your right foot or your back foot, and exhale, slow and steady, knee to the nose, curl in till shoulders are over the wrists, even forward a little bit, and pull up and back. Follow your breath. You could even land each time and pause whenever you need to. Last few breaths, get curious again. Maybe go to your triceps or see where else you could go with that. And take your time. When you're ready, up and back into downward dog. Strong core. Pull back again on all fours as needed. Bend the knee, flex the foot, press that hip open. Keep the shoulders squared as much as you can. Stay in that press or as inspired. Big, big circles. If you're circling, switch directions. And go slow and steady as you can. Notice where things change, where they get sticky, what feels good, what feels new today or in this moment. And then lower that back knee down if you need to. Slow and steady as you're ready. Top knee bends and presses. Open, open, open. Slow as you can. Lower that foot towards the earth. Squeeze your glutes. Lift your heart. Let your head and arm fall back. Find your variation of wild thing today. And how is it different today? Or on this side, how's this side different? Where else could your breath go here? Last big inhale there. Again, try to come out even slower than you went in. Use that core strength to pull that knee up. Hug it in, pull it up, slow, slow, slow. Lots of core work there, steady. Spiraling back in, hands down, knee to nose. Shift forward. Again, come back where you came from. Knee forward. Walk on back. Puff up your chest in a gentle pigeon. Big breaths. Lengthen forward or stay upright. Press your hips back. Please stay there as you like, or when you're ready, exhale and slide both knees back together. Inhale, child, and exhale, right foot forward, or say second, right foot forward. Let's go back. Second side will be second. So right foot forward, and we'll heel toe that knee, pointing out to the side, knee and toes point in the same direction. Press into that front thigh, lift through your navel, scoop the shoulders down the back, and lift your heart. Lay back. Keep a little hug to those inner thighs like they've got big magnets on them. You could be on the bottom hand or forearm. Have it a little forward of the shoulders so that shoulder blade scoops down. Sink into your hips. Give your hips to the earth. As inspired, reach that top arm forward and pull your hip back and play there. What happens when you add the arm in that way? Stay there, or what happens when you open, arm face chest to the sky, maybe laying back a bit and reach out through that hand. Look back at your back hand and breathe the stretch of your eyes. Maybe you see that back foot calling you. If that's true for you, go for it. If you've got a hold of the back foot, feel free to play with that, any variations of back bend, or maybe diving in. Last 2 or 3 breaths. Take your time, as inspired, unwind and straighten that front leg long. Hands could be inside of that leg and maybe on blocks, and just kind of swing your hips a little side to side with your toes very spread and active, very active foot. Long spine, soft jaw. I want to invite you to bend back into that front knee. Turn your back toes under and lift your thigh. Pivot that back heel down. We're on the same side, your right side. And bring your right elbow up to that thigh. Push the thigh wide, knee right over the ankle as much as you can. Stay there, maybe slide the hand down. You can hold your ankle, or you could touch the earth or a block. Push into the outside of the back foot. Here's that side body again. Inhale, lengthen it out. How's that side body feel different than the last few times we went into it, or the first time? How's your breath? Please stay there, or again, arm vinyasa, last few breaths. And I invite you to really play with what's different here, or what little movements or articulations can make it different. Are the feet engaged? Are the muscles of the legs engaged? What happens if you try to pull the legs together a bit more, keeping the feet where they are? And then take your time. Let's all swoop that top arm around and pull from that top arm and come on up into Warrior Two. Rotate the palms up. How does that change your pose? Look out over the front fingers. Notice if you lean forward in the pose, can you get the torso aligned? Crown of the head, like a cap to the bowl of your pelvis. Are the arms just hanging out? Could they be more active? Imagine you're breathing from the heart and shining out into the future where you're looking ahead and into the past where we gather our wisdom. Hug it into the heart, breathe. Parallel your feet. Superstar, pull in, strong core, breathful body. Inhale here, exhale and flow your arms down. Interlace the hands behind you, squeeze your shoulders on the back. Keep pulling those feet together and spin your thighs back. Reach your heart forward, active legs all the way, and lead the spine long into a forward fold. Take your time, release the hands to the floor at any point, walk them forward, half forward fold, lengthen spine. As inspired, bow in, walk towards your left foot, second side, coming into that lunge just simply from here now. And we'll play from here as inspired. Finding that low lunge, sorry, adjusting. I'm feeling like I'm skipping something, but I want to invite you into side angle. Please do the other thing if you remember. And let's press that left elbow into the thigh, work it wide, roll face, chest open. There's that side body again and reach. From the outside of the back foot, long lateral line. Molly, did I skip that? Yeah.
Oh. I don't think we did like the half lizard.
Yeah. Okay, so that's where we went first. All right, sorry about that, y'all. I had a feeling there was a thing there. Thanks, y'all. All right. So before we go into that, let's heel toe that front foot wide, walk the hand wide, and press into that front thigh. Use that press in, lift your heart, scoop the shoulders down the back, and lay back. You know, this happened the other day too, and I went into going where we've not gone before. It was really hard in that creative, flowy space to keep that linear, sequential thing happening, which of course will have to be a practice for me if I'm going to guide a non-traditional practice. But just feeling it as I do it. And so pressing in there, please stay there as you like, or play with reaching that top arm forward and pull that hip way back. As inspired, open that arm, face chest to the sky, scoop the shoulders down the back and lay back a bit. Maybe reach that back hand now way back and look towards the thumb. Breathe the stretch of your eyes. Maybe again that foot's calling you. Feel free to bend into the knee. Squeeze inner thighs together, shoulders on the back. Lift your heart and lay back. Please stay with that as inspired, or begin to stretch that front leg long. Hands inside that front leg and pull back from that hip. Spread the toes out and a little hip swing. So coming back to me now. Really active toes. Drag that heel back, long spine. Lost breath or so here. And take your time as inspired. Now for real, go into that side angle. Back knee could stay down as needed. Press into that front thigh with your elbow and roll open. Reach side body long. Stay there or slide that hand down to your ankle or foot. Big full breaths, holding steady here. Or again, arm vinyasa. Curious what's still sticky in that side body or the rotation of the neck shoulder connection. And take your time. Let's swoop that top arm around and pull up from it into warrior two. Front knee deep, As much as you can, right over the ankle, press into the outside, that back foot. Squeeze the legs together, squeeze shoulders on the back. Shine your heart bright. You maybe play here with the rolling up of the palms and finding that plumb line, neutral alignment of crown of the head and bowl of the pelvis. Deep, full breaths. Are your arms plugged into the heart? Are the hands active? How are your feet? Where else could the breath go right now? Next inhale, let's parallel the feet, pause in star. Hug everything into center and shine it on out. Deep, full breaths. Let's play with Trikonasana, triangle. Coming back into that right leg. Bend your right knee. Warrior two, and then straighten the leg. Deepen the groin, reach as far forward as you can. And then fingertips down to shin, block or earth. Lay back from the top shoulder. Shoulders on the back, lift your heart. Ears back over shoulders. Oh, and triangles are a great place for curiosity, as is practicing yoga on sheepskins. So notice here the differences. You could reach that top arm back. Again, roll that next shoulder out. You could play with the arm vinyasa, or really strong legs pull together and reach both arms forward. What else is there? Play with triangle, your breath, challenge yourself, variations, little this, little that. Lost for your breath. And take your time. As inspired, we're going to reach that top arm way, way forward and pivot up on the ball, the back heel. Square your hips and step the feet in a bit. So the feet are parallel with one another as much as you can. They could turn out as needed. Squeeze the hips together, use blocks or furniture as needed, and pull lower back in. Bend the knees if you need to try to flatten your spine, and then straighten the leg as much as you're able. Bow in. And take your time. Please stay there longer, or I want to invite you into Parivrtta Trikonasana, rotated triangle, not an easy pose, but just for fun today, we're being curious. What's there today? Take that right hand to your hip crease and push the hip crease back, lengthen your spine out. Squeeze those inner thighs and spiral, face chest to the sky. Maybe stay right there. Top hand could be on the hip, or top hand to the sky. Scoop the shoulders down and lay back a little bit. Keep those legs squeezing. That bottom arm could stay there because it's easier and more supported, or challenge it going deeper in your twist. That front arm, bottom arm, could press into your forearm, your shin and forearm into each other. Use that, help lengthen yourself out. Squeeze to center to find that stability from the core. Let the challenge here be the breath now. So find a place where you can be breathful, moderately challenged, and at ease. Please stay longer if you like, or gently unwind out of it. See what's there as you stretch the top arm back, head heavy, neck soft, and then maybe walk into a wide-legged forward fold. If you want a little flow here, go ahead through a vinyasa, or Bend one knee and the other, flow. Otherwise, rest in a forward fold. 4 or 5 breaths, resting or flowing, just investigating what's there for you in this moment, in this forward fold. Take your time. Once you're ready, hands to hips or wide like wings. Hug into your core and rise on up. Star, come back. Find your way to superstar pose, Tarasana. Inhale here. As you exhale, bend that left knee and pivot. Pause in warrior two. Feel into that strong alignment in your feet. Hug to the earth. The squeeze of the legs towards one another. Follow any inhale to straighten that front leg and reach forward, deepening the groin. Reach as far forward as you can. And then fingers down to shin, block or earth, and lay back from the top shoulder. Ears back in line with the shoulders. Keep that hug of the feet. Everything pulling to midline. Lots of core strength in all the poses. It's how I'm able to do it on a sheepskin. Otherwise, there's a lot of invitation, of course, to sliding or the limbs just getting very heavy. So integration, there's the yoking in the physical, is that integration, the hugging of all parts to your core. Deep, full breaths, physically and energetically. It's a practice. Stay there or reach that top arm back. Bottom ear heavy. Play with rolling out the neck shoulder connection once again. Play with that, or top arm forward, long side body. Maybe really hug those legs in and both arms forward. All variations welcome. We have about 5 more breaths. Please play with your sacred geometry as inspired. Last couple breaths. And take your time. Follow any inhale to reach that top arm forward. Pivot up on the ball of the back foot and step the feet a little closer together, maybe about 3 feet or so. Parallel the feet. Square your hips up. Bend the knees as much as you need to. Again, maybe use your hands on furniture or blocks. And with hips square and knees bent, flatten your spine out. Try to keep the spine as long and flat as you can and melt your spine over the legs. Bow in. Again, stay there in that bowing into yourself as long as you like. Or when you're ready to begin building your triangle, let's start first with really hugging feet to earth and inner thighs together, and then lengthening the spine. So bring your left thumb to your hip crease and push into that hip crease to lift and lengthen, heart forward. Squeeze the inner thighs. Stay right there, or as inspired as you're able, rotate face chest to the sky. Maybe that's the edge. Maybe top arm comes up so the arms are above and below each other. Or go deeper into the twist and support shin and forearm pushing into one another. Bounce off of that again to lengthen and open. Breathe the spiraling of your sacred geometry. Breath spiraling in through the nose, shining throughout your body, breathing your yes out into the world. Last couple breaths. Can you smooth that breath out or lengthen it anymore? Please stay longer if you like, or slowly unwind. Come back into your wide-legged forward fold. And again, you could stay there or bend one knee and then the other and get into your outer hips a little more, into your adductors a bit more. Another 5 to 7 breaths, resting in wide-legged forward fold, swimming in your hips, or flow through vinyasa as you like. We will come to lay on the back and after the next 5 or 6 breaths. And make your way as inspired to lying on your back. Let's just take a nice bridge pose there. So any variation of bridge, if you want to go more supported, a little more restorative, please put a block or a pile of pillows or whatever you got underneath your sacrum, that bone at the base of your spine. Otherwise, clasp your hands and really get the shoulders on the back. Once you do, please don't turn your head to the side. Look straight up. Squeeze the shoulders. Push down into the earth through heels, hands, elbows, shoulders, as much as you can. And lift your chin and press into the center back of your head behind your ears. All variations welcome here. What's best for you today? Maybe you're inspired into a bigger back bend. Opening to the new. Going where we've not gone before. What else is here today? What wants to be seen? What wants to be breathed? Listening. Full body listening. Full body breaths. Another 5 or 7 breaths. Please stay as you like. Once you feel complete there, come on back down to earth. Give yourself a big old hug. In with your knees and massage into your low back. Little rock and roll into the low back there. Letting go breaths in the nose, out the mouth as you ground. Please stay with that or as inspired, happy baby, hands over the tops of the feet or holding your ankles, flex the feet to the sky. Use your elbows to press the thighs wide. Pull the knees down at the same time as you push the heels up. At first, try to get a lot of muscular action in this pose, especially since we just did a back bend. So knees down, heels up, sacrum down, lumbar curve up, soft jaw. Breath in the nose, breath out the mouth. Rock your baby. Pull one knee down and then the other. Or you could stay just in those articulations and just do a tiny little rock if you've got more to release in the low back. Otherwise, is your baby. And we're being curious today and playful, if you will. Wow, the wonder of life in this body and all the things it does. Is there anything else that your body wants before final resting? Take your time listening in, play with what's there for you, or when you're ready, come to rest, Shavasana, or any variation. Maybe feet together, knees wide. If your thighs are not flat on the earth there, please support underneath your thighs with fists or pillows or some such thing. Optionally, you could roll over and just drape up for final meditation. Up to you. I'll be with you another 5 minutes or so. Whatever final resting shape is right for you in this moment. Inhale and squeeze, squeeze, squeeze your muscles to your bones. And exhale, let it all go. Inhaling, scanning the body with the breath. Gather up any tension or resistance or busyness and hold it, exaggerate it, squeeze it, hold the inhale. And as you exhale, melt, melt, melt. Let go. Give your body heavy, soft, relaxed to the earth, and open your heart, your mind, your curiosity to the sky, to the space, to the vast, infinite wonder of life. Wonder questions. Where does the sky end and my breath begin? Where does my breath end and the sky begin? I invite you with wonder, with delight, to notice that the breath is breathing you. You, without efforting right now, are being breathed. Your heart is beating. Your body is doing all this magic right now to be alive, circulation, digestion. Did your breath deepen and lengthen as you brought your awareness again to the breath? And then, what happens if you intend to deepen and lengthen your breath? Where is the breath going? Can you imagine the breath into the back body? Maybe into the areas the breath doesn't go as easily or obviously. What happens when you imagine the breath into these areas? Let the breath become so rich and full that you are naturally inspired back to movement. How deep does the breath have to be to move your body from a place of comfort? And of course, if your breath says stay still, maybe do that. Rest as long or meditate as long as you're inspired to. Let the breath be your guide in this moment and throughout your day. Can you imagine into a mindful breath, maybe inspiring you to do something new or to take a new perspective on something? Open the wondrous possibility of that into your day. Thank you, beautiful humans, for practicing. Thank you for your presence, your mindful awareness. Thank you for living life as fully and as joyfully as you're able by staying curious and remembering the wow, wow, and the wonder of life. The light within me, the wow within me is thrilled by that in you. Whenever I pause to remember it, like right now, so grateful for you all, so grateful for this life, even for all the pain, all the confusion, all the fear, opening us to what our yes truly is. That's what brings us to our yes. The questioning, the knowing what our no is. So honoring your body, your mind, your heart, your breath, your brilliant, infinite spirit, you, child of the universe. I honor you. I celebrate you. Exhale and pour the breath out. Inhaling, honoring, celebrating yourself, if you will. One great Om with me. Namaste. Jai Ma. Thank you for practicing. Thank you, beautiful earth. Thank you, life. I'm going to stop the live stream. Have a wonderful whatever time it is for you.